Welcome and welcome back. My name is Momma Kai. That's Momma. I hope you will write my name as your preferred candidate for the next mayor of Raleigh in this 2024 election. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. This is question number 6 from the PowerUp Candidates Forum that was held on Tuesday, October 15th. And this question was given to the at-large candidates. Excuse me. Housing affordability is a hot topic in Raleigh. What do you see as the most significant challenges related to housing, and how do you work to address them? So, again, this is one of those things that I feel like should be done in community. I think Raleigh needs a CDFI, which stands for a Community Development Financial Institution. I attended a MasterCard Strive event where they really hit home about this particular topic. And that is actually something that I'm looking to create. And it's basically where it's an institution that invests in the community development financial institution. It helps to give out loans or grants. And it's funded. The way that I want to fund it is going to be different from other people, is what I'm going to say, because I know already. I will talk about that in another video, so you got to find that. I will put a link on it, put a link back here to it. But there's the main thing that Raleigh can do is build affordable housing. But that means we have to have the money to do it. Not only that, but we can invite developers to include affordable housing. We usually give up something for that, and that usually is they have the opportunity to increase density when they make some of their units more affordable. And so right now, I feel like the majority of the units that are becoming available are 60 to 80% AMI. And if you look at my video about affordable housing, that means that a person has to be making, as an individual, anywhere from, I think it's like $50,000 to $70,000 a year to qualify for that. So yeah, the idea of what affordable housing actually looks like and is something that we first need to understand, and then go from there. As far as the other thing along with that is that there are so many people who have been homeowners for a long time. Their mortgages are paid off. And I feel like our seniors deserve a break. If there is a way to cap the amount that they're paying, so that it never goes above a certain amount because their property values are going up, I think that would be amazing. I heard about somebody mentioned that to me once, and I don't know where they do it, but for our seniors, they cap their property taxes. And I think that's something that's so important to honor and recognize, that people shouldn't be paying for their house again through property taxes. The only other thing that I can see the city doing is taking properties that they own, instead of selling them, they renovate them. And that's actually something that Emila Sutton, who's the director of housing and neighborhoods, is doing right now. With the money that she took, there was $5 million that they were taking towards this pilot program called Bringing Our Neighbors Home, or Bring Our Neighbors Home. Part of that money was actually going to renovate properties the city already owns to turn them into affordable housing units, instead of selling them to developers who then, renovate them or tear them down and then, start fresh. And so I think that would be amazing. I feel like there's a way that the city can work with St. Aug or Shaw for properties that they own that might need to be renovated and can be turned into affordable housing. I also feel like there's a couple of properties on Dick's campus that could be used. I think Dick's needs to be Dick's. I think it needs to be a park. And it should offer several different amenities. It's not completely, it's owned by the city, but there's state state used buildings on there and things of that nature and other structures. But there are two structures that are by NC State. They're by Blair Drive, and they're completely empty, and it looked like they used to be dorms. And so I don't see why those properties couldn't become that, even if it's for students. Like, maybe we should work with NC State to get those renovated for students, because we have a lot of homeless students at NC State, go figure. At some of our schools, we have, a couple of programs that address that, but, even they're struggling. And so, but I would say that affordable housing or housing affordability is something that the Housing and Neighborhoods Department is working on. I know specifically MLS Sutton is working on it to the best of her capability, but even she will tell you that this is an endeavor for community involvement, that the city can't do it by itself, because if you want to, if your focus is housing affordability, you can't continue to raise taxes and make it much more unaffordable and a hardship on people who are property owners and renters in order to pay for it. So it has to be done within the bounds of a community. And the city's hands are really tied on what it can do, because we cannot enforce inclusionary zoning, or I think that's the name of it. We can't force developers to build it. And I've been to community meetings where builders will have definitely said, no, we're not doing that. So that is my thought on that. We need to come together as community, let the government be responsible for what they're responsible for, which is city services such as safety, water, stormwater, utilities, things of that nature. Police, fire, emergency services, which they do in partnership with Wake County, water, stormwater, solid waste, recycling, things of that nature. Those things should be of concern, because our landfill is only good to 2040. And most people don't know that. That's less than 20 years away. And so that's something that needs to be focused on, because we don't have nowhere to place our trash. So that needs to be, unless you want it in your neighborhood. And so that's something that really needs to be thought about and considered, how we're going to handle that type of situation. The other thing I would say is just that we can take care of each other. And I think we're at a time when there's so many people that are struggling from so many different demographics, that we have the momentum to move a community-based organization that helps to address some of our most challenging issues. We have that capacity to do it now without it being dismantled, because we will address the needs of everyone. And I truly believe that. And so, yeah, thank you for listening. I appreciate you.